all, and good morning. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the south, and we are leaving North Carolina today. I've been here the last couple days at home. I was supposed to leave yesterday, but I was feeling like I needed an extra day of rest, so I got a little bit of rest yesterday. I think I'm good. I think I am ready to hit that long, lonesome road, and we're gonna head towards Louisiana, where they'll be having the Louisiana State Fair. Of course, my mission is to visit all the state fairs, so we're gonna try to knock out the Louisiana State Fair, add that to our tally. But before we hit the road, I did want to talk about a bit of news that came out today, some theme park news, and that is that Cedar Fair, who owns Knott's Berry Farm, Cedar Point, Carowinds, and a slew of other parks, they're going to be merging with Six Flags. So for those of you maybe not as familiar with the theme park industry, that's basically like Burger King and McDonald's merging together. So a lot of mixed feelings. I haven't really I haven't read about other opinions on what is transpiring, but yeah, a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings. First of all, I guess the things that worry me is I guess I'm a believer that competition can be a good thing, that when the parks are competing against each other, that they try to one-up each other and do more to try to draw in crowds. So I don't know, Six Flags and Cedar Fair were always kind of in an arms race for the biggest roller coasters, which is not necessarily my cup of tea, but they're always trying to outdo each other with roller coaster records. And so yeah, it's interesting to see how things will play out. I know that Six Flags has talked about wanting to become more of a family park, and so I don't know if this is a step towards that direction. Of course, you know, with Cedar Fair, Knott's Berry Farm is probably my favorite park out of all the Six Flags, all the Cedar Fair parks. So I don't know, I'd like to see things go more in the direction of being like Knott's, and hopefully Knott's doesn't go in the direction of not being like Knott's. I think, you know, I like each park to have an individual feel. As I travel around, I don't like the one thing I don't like about the corporate parks is, to save money, to make things run smoothly, sometimes they just kind of duplicate stuff in the parks. You have the same stuff. So, what I like to see is different theming, different experiences in different parks. And I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say things are gonna be like this, things are gonna be like that. I'm also a fan of just kind of seeing how things play out, and judging from there, not just dumping on it and saying, well, it's gonna be like this, or it's gonna be like that, or it's definitely a good thing or definitely a bad thing, because I don't know. We will find out together what this means, and I'll be happy to document that on this channel. I can travel out to these parks. I've been to every single Six Flags and every single Cedar Fair park except one, and that's Worlds of Fun out in Kansas City. And I was supposed to go last year, but they ended up being closed the day I went by. I guess they had an early summer, probably just because the school schedule. So I was expecting it to be open. It was closed, and I had to change plans. So I still need to get out there so I can visit all the Cedar Fair parks and all the Six Flags parks, which are now, I don't know, the Cedar Flags parks. We'll see. Yeah, I guess maybe I won't have to have 2 season passes now, so maybe I can have a just one pass that'll let me into all the parks. But yeah, I'd like to know you guys' opinion. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this merger. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Are you worried? Are you optimistic? I did last year. I did just run into the CEO of Six Flags, Salim Basul, and I told him, he asked me for advice, and I told him I would love to see more dark rides. in the Six Flags parks, and he told me that that he liked that idea. So more dark rides, that's what I'd love to see. Maybe they can work together to put more dark rides in the parks. You know, I think that would be a plus. And then you know, if they talk about wanting to have family parks, I think that's the key to like family parks is dark rides, because dark rides are things that families can ride together. Also, if anyone out there's listening from Cedar Flags or Six Fairs or whatever it's called now, let us use GoPros on the roller coasters. Just since you're shaking things up, maybe this is a time that you let people use GoPros in a safe manner. You can just have, you know, you can have the park inspect them to make sure they're safe, like you know, like the other parks do, and let us film on the roller coasters as long as we can do it safe. I promise we'll be responsible. But anyways, that's just my opinion on that. Right now, we got to get back on that long, lonesome road. And we have landed in Atlanta, Georgia, this neighborhood called Little Five Points, which actually had their Halloween parade just a few days ago, maybe a week or so ago. That I was really disappointed I wasn't able to get down here because it looked like a lot of fun. I maybe want to try to make that next year. But actually, the reason I came down here today was to visit Rainy Day Revival right here. This is an Oddities shop. I actually visited their old location. They've moved in recent years over here to Little Five Point, but you may have also seen them in my videos as they do a traveling sideshow that travels with the Oddities and Curiosities Expo. Now, supposedly they do have a Oddities museum within their shop here, so I figured while we're passing through Atlanta, I'd stop here at Rainy Day Revival and check out their sideshow museum. You can see their symbol there, that eye on top. And it says, I guess they're selling Halloween costumes and accessories. Buy some weird stuff. Yeah. Said that they're actually having a sale on Halloween costumes. Guess that they stocked up on Halloween costumes during the Halloween season. Now they're looking to get rid of them, having a big sale today. You have some pretty fun costumes here. It's like a Mr. Potato Head costume. There's the Frog Prince, and I really like this rabbit back here. So terrifying, super spooky skeleton in that pirate cage. Lots of fun stuff for sale here. This is a Swedish fish with gummy chips. Kind of an artistic interpretation there. There is a banana split fish as well, like the fish art. Yeah, just fascinating art here. You got the donuts with skulls on them. It's a spaghetti puffer fish, some chocolate chip turtles there. This is just a popcorn with a chicken head. Okay, popcorn chicken, I just got it. It's popcorn. It's popcorn chicken. Oh, I do like this little guy with the one eye there. We have Mortician Supplies for sale. This is a Mortician's practice skull, where you can practice your mortician skills. You don't have to necessarily ruin a whole body just trying to practice. These here are corpse shoes. They tie in the back, so they're easier to put on like a dead foot. Yeah, fun stuff here. Fun stuff for Halloween. It seems like I can't get away from Halloween. There's the Davy Crockett hat there. It's a Sherlock Holmes hat. And some super fun clown wigs here. I don't know, what do you guys like better, the red wig or the blue wig, or maybe even the yellow wig there. Some stuff here on the top racks. You got the deer there. I think these are like some ceremonial Oddfellow heads. Oh, look at that snake, that vintage taxidermied snake there. You can see the jackal up there. Every time I see a jackal, I always remember, what's that movie, The Omen, where it turns out that his mother was a jackal. So the baby dolls. There is a yacht. This artwork is called Not Yet Deflowered. These baby doll art there. And then this piece of art is called Natural Horsepowered. You can see the gears and inner workings of the horse there. This is pretty cool. Vintage Halloween latex. There's some horns there. There's some green goblin ears and a bloody bolt that you can have coming out of your face. Here's some plushies of the actual animals in the traveling sideshow. This is the lamb of Satan there. Also have a two-headed cow, Clarice, and I believe these are made by another Atlanta artist, Art Attack, Kate, who makes some great like does this kawaii sort of Lisa Frank with like a satanic twist type artwork that's really amazing. Yeah, some really cool stuff here. These are like those wishing cats with the moving arm, but a more twisted and evil-looking version. And this is Papa Squatch. Oh, I like that. He's Sasquatch. He's got a jackalope there on his shoulder. That's a really cool piece. Some very cool crypto taxidermy for sale here. This is the Avis insecta rodentia. You see, it's like a bird with arms, and wow, so yeah, just interesting, different animals, like a chimera of different animals there. And then this is the Filiformia badagaragama. You can see like a cat-like creature there. That is super cool. Meditating toad. Yeah, here's a section selling gaffs. You know, gaffs are when a taxidermist creates new animals. You have the shell frog there, a cross between a frog and a turtle. I really like this. This is a walking fish. You see the fish face, it's got horns and legs. There's a turtle with a little bowl on its back and a little gator. This is a Armadillo Purse. Now up here, something truly fascinating. That is a rocking horse, like a toy for a child, but it's actually made out of a real horse. It's a taxidermied horse. You can see the stitches there. Pretty amazing. It says that a larger museum is coming soon. That's really exciting. I can't wait to come out and see that. But they do have a miniature version of the museum right here. It's really cool stuff in these cases. See the two-headed turtle there in the jar. There's some Victorian Siamese kittens, and that's a really fascinating pair of Siamese kittens. You can see it almost has one face there and two bodies. Look how its eyes bulge out. That's pretty remarkable. Here's a picture of Marie O'Day, which was a traveling mummy that was in traveling sideshows. And there's a piece of her hair there in the frame. There is a Cyclops lamb. You can see if you look closely, it has one eye, but like two pupils, and a little tongue sticking out there. Here's the skull of Lloyd the chimpanzee. So this is at the Yerkes National Primate Research Center, and I guess he says that he passed away in 1976. There was a power failure that caused him to have a heat stroke. So that's a pretty sad way for a chimpanzee to go. I've seen one of these before, but these are pretty rare. The feathered death crown. It's an old Appalachian legend that when someone dies, you can look in their pillow, and there'll be a little crown, a little halo made of feathers that will have been created in the pillow when their soul left their body. See that teeny tiny little taxidermied chihuahua there. Of course, a lot of people love their pets and like to have them preserved. This is a coco de mer, the world's largest seed here. And then this is what's called an anthropomorphic X-ray phantom. It is a skull covered in a material so that people can study X-rays. It's like a teaching tool where people can learn how to X-ray a skull without having to, you know, use a real person's head. And that's what they call a pickled punk. Normally this would be in like a glass jar with fluid, and they would be displayed in carnivals. But this is a fake one. It's made of rubber. It says the rubber ones were called bouncers. See all the hats for costumes there. The crown, British police hat there, pilgrim outfit. Although, what is that back there? It's like a dream catcher with a witch with bright orange hair. The costume rentals. This is a purple Daisy Cow mascot suit. It's pretty amazing. This is a Blues Clues parade mascot. Oh yeah, you can see the Blues Clues head up there, along with the seagull. There's at the with the big bear in the big house. I do really like these gorilla heads there. Look at this four-horned beast here. It's an interesting creature. I don't know what you'd call that.
His name is Halvord.
Halvord?
That is one of our vegan-friendly taxidermy
Oh, okay.
options.
So it's
made
vegan.
by his own creations, who does incredible work.
So this is vegan taxidermy, meaning there's no actual animal parts.
This is all flocking
Okay.
and synthetic hair.
It's really cool.
Yep, all artist created.
Now this is a very cool variation on the Fiji Mermaid. I do have a small collection of Fiji Mermaids, but I've not seen one pressed flat like that. I mean, it's still a solid object, but it's laid into the frame. That's very interesting. Little above my current budget, but I would love that. It says these hands here are from the University of Budapest School of Forensic Pathology. These are severed forearms, so they're replicas of severed hands, I guess. Then we have some of these carnival punks, the ones that you would like knock down by throwing balls at them. See all the taxidermy up here on the wall. And it does say that it is ethically sourced taxidermy, which means that you just know the animals are not being shot for the sole purpose of being used for taxidermy, that they're, all parts of the animal are being used. It's a cute little jackalope there. I like that. As well as a taxidermied unicorn butt. I just noticed there is a giant pterodactyl hanging over top the shop here. Bones and medical specimens here. I like this here. This is apparently an acupuncture model for a dog. Now, it's fascinating just how it shows the inside, but why can you do acupuncture on your dog? I would just recommend don't try to do acupuncture on your dog. Yeah, some really cool art here. The baby here says must feed, which is true. You must feed your baby or they'll end up being a skeleton. There's a two-headed calf mount there, 1800. And that's a good price for a two-headed calf. It's a clock, spider, and moth in it. And then this terrifying deer here is known as Chaos. I think that's a deer with a wolf mouth. Look at the masks up there, some paper mache masks. It's got Ronald McDonald. And then what is that thing? That's slightly terrifying. The different, so they have like all these vintage Halloween costumes, fire chief hats, pirate hats there. There's a Shriner's hat there on the pumpkin. I like this little goblin here. It says his name is Mr. Good Times. Maybe, I don't know, some good times here with Mr. Good Times. So these were early 1900s carnival prizes. They're little animals that are actually covered in fur. So it's kind of like fake taxidermy in a way, where it would be like, it's like a little lion, but it may be like goat fur or sheep fur covering it. It's a lot of fun. Oh, this is cool. Down here, it's the old piece of playground equipment. It's like a kid would ride on. Have usually like a spring on the bottom. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Fun old wigs here. We have the this is a biblical beard and wig. You wanted to go for as Jesus for Halloween. I love these little skulls. I bought one of these off them when they're doing their traveling show. The deer heads here. This one deer head is somehow see-through. These are little gator heads. They have the little cowboy hats. You can see the vintage Halloween costumes. I think it's like a monkey costume, different animals there. Old clown costume. Yeah, real amazing oddity shop. I'm looking forward to them opening up a full-size museum. I think that would be spectacular. And you know that Halloween's over when they start taking down the spider webs. The different shops down here. Criminal Records is a very clever name for a record shop. I definitely approve of that play on words. Man, people just don't know how to properly treat electric scooters. That is some severe scooter violence right there. Just notice here at the little 5 Points Corner Tavern, in their back patio area, they have some sort of old roller coaster car. I believe that's from a roller coaster. If anyone knows what roller coaster this car came from, leave a comment in the comments section. There is the Vortex. They have some really good burgers here. Of course, I'm trying not to eat as many burgers these days, but definitely gotta love the big giant skull there on their entranceway. It's kind of an interesting shop here in Little 5 Points. The Junkman's Daughter. You can see the UFO sticking out above the top of the door. Little alien peeking out. I guess we'll peek inside. Oh, look at this. Got Frankenstein there greeting us as we enter. Yeah, it looks like they're having a Halloween sale here as well. I think Halloween is a big deal here in Little 5 Points. You can see the different masks up there. These are 7-foot towering costumes. I guess they have some sort of stilt mechanism. Yeah, some pretty fun, different latex masks up there. The Toxic Avenger, Chucky. Got a lot of vintage clothing in the store. I'm not sure this may be vintage clothing or this may be Halloween costumes. I'm not 100% clear. But the one rule here at Junkman's Daughter is do not snatch the wigs down. It's a giant collection of different interesting wigs. See the Halloween creatures up in the rafters. There's a witch, some sort of ring-like girl. Then we got a butler and a maid there. Is that Totoro up there? Jen showed me some parts of that. I've not seen the whole thing, but I know they drive around inside of a giant cat. See some very, very stylish mannequins here. The balcony is the shoe section where they sell shoes, but to get up there, you have to walk up this giant high-heeled shoe. So you must ascend the giant shoe to get to the shoe section. Unfortunately, it looks like the giant shoe can only hold 8 people at a time. Yeah, the different mannequins here dressed up in the very stylish, vintage clothing. Here we have a cowboy. Then down there is an army man. It's a toy section here. We have the classic Archie McPhee items such as the racing possum there, or the poppin' possum. Where you squeeze the, oh yeah, you squeeze the trash can. There comes the possum. Oh, what's this? The gorilla. Is this like a gorilla puppet? Oh, I like that. I don't sound like gorilla noises. I think my gorilla impersonation has maybe lacking. Oh, here's a cobra. Here's a cobra. This might be more my speed here. We have a bobblehead jackalope and a bobblehead Bigfoot. Come on, Bigfoot, bobble. There we go. Bobble better. Alright, I'm gonna try this one behind here. Okay, that's a much better bobble there, Mr. Bigfoot. I don't care if it rains or freezes, as long as I got my plastic Jesus sitting on the dashboard of my car. Here's the world's tiniest handheld vacuum. Maybe you need to get that for my house. Or maybe I'll just get a regular sized vacuum. Also the tiniest leaf blower. This makes doing chores adorable. Also has the tiniest blender where you can make yourself, I guess, make a little shot of drink there. And the world's tiniest space blaster. I don't even know how you measure that. All right, I'm gonna squeeze this pickle, and my guess is it's gonna make an annoying noise. What do you guys think? I say yes. It's gonna make an annoying noise. Let's find out. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a little more annoying than that. Some occult plushies there. Is this Cthulhu? Is that Cthulhu there? And then got the three-headed Hound of Hell, Cerebus. Oh, look at these candles here. Edgar Allan Poe, Edward Scissorhands, one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh, is that Big Trouble in Little China? I used to love that movie when I was a kid. Clockwork Orange. I think every young boy goes through a Clockwork Orange phase in their life. But look at this. That is a Zoltar candle. Oh, that's like the version from the movie Big. There's Captain Spaulding there, and oh yeah, here's what I was talking about. That's the Totoro, and that's the cat bus there. It's really interesting. They ride in a bus that's like a cat that's alive. It all makes a lot of sense. There's some cool little punk rock jackets for dogs. If your dog wants to go to a Misfits concert. Yeah, the mannequins here just look so cheerful. The mannequins are in a good mood. That's how you know the store has positive energy, if the mannequins are smiling. But it is time to be getting back on that long, lonesome road. Taking a pit stop here at the Buc-ees in Leeds, Alabama. Looks like Buc-ee is getting into the Christmas spirit. We have the Santa Buc-ee inflatable yard ornament here. It's got for just $60, you can have the inflatable Buc-ee in your yard. Oh yeah, you see they're in the process of putting up the Buc-ee's Christmas tree right as we speak. I guess, you know, probably just a few days ago had the Halloween stuff up. Now they're switching over to Christmas. See, they have their Buc-ee's Christmas gear out. The Buc-ee shirt with the Santa Buc-ee on it. And on the back, we have a snow globe that says it's beginning to look a lot like Buc-ee's. They also have these plush Santa Buc-ees. If t-shirts aren't your thing, they also have the Buc-ees Christmas sweaters here. I don't wear sweaters because I can't stand the fabric. One of my biggest nightmares is wearing a sweater. So I will have to stick with the t-shirts. And oh my gosh, look at this. They have the Buc-ees full body Snuggies here. They have the Christmas version. So that like goes over your head like a hoodie, but it also has a Santa's hat on it. It's like full body pajamas there. And yeah, it even has a little beaver tail on the bottom. Don't tell Jen about this or she'll make me wear one of these again. Some Buc-ees Christmas ornaments. Kind of like that one where he's in the little travel trailer. So have some Buc-ee elves there. There's the Buc-ee truckie with the Christmas tree in the back. Yeah, quite a huge variety of different Buc-ees ornaments. There's Santa Buc-ee on a motorcycle. There's original recipe Buc-ee in a boat. But they haven't completely skipped the Thanksgiving season over here near the other entrance. They do have some fall themed Buc-ees merch. There you got the Buc-ee head with some fall leaves and pumpkins. It says life is better when we gather together. They always have some state themed shirts. These are the Alabama Buc-ee shirts. It says Buc-ee-bama there. And the globe there, nowhere else but Buc-ees. And here is the Buc-ees bucket list. And their bucket list is go to Buc-ees and get beaver nuggets. Now, a bucket list is a list of things that you want to do before you kick the bucket or die. So this is a very simple bucket list. Before they die, they want to go to Buc-ees and eat some beaver nuggets. I mean, it's good to appreciate the simple things in life. Of course, the Buc-ee truckie here. We've got all the different sizes of plushies there. The plushies on the grill. Plushies instead of wheels. And the back just jam-packed full of beavers. Look at all those beavers. And look at that big beaver in the back. Oh my goodness. There's a Buc-ee nutcracker, or buck cracker, if you will. It looks like he is a real. I always check the nutcracker to see if they're real nutcrackers or not. I think that's a real nutcracker. You can't test it out on the back, but it looks like you could put like a tiny nut in there and crack it. All right, got a little Buc-ees dinner. My kind of go-to is the brisket sandwich and the sausage stick. But I do, like I've mentioned in my other videos, still trying to eat low carb. So I have to make a few modifications here. You see the sausage on a stick. It's a sausage on a stick wrapped in a tortilla. So to reduce the carbs, I get rid of that tortilla there. Flop. One of my favorite things. It's when you get like authentic Texas barbecue, they have the beef sausage. And it used to be you couldn't get that beef sausage anywhere but Texas, but once they started putting Buc-ees everywhere, now we can get the beef sausage. Now the have the chopped brisket sandwich, also really good. There's other good things at Buc-ees. It's all good. I just really like these. They actually have some good like burritos and stuff like that. But I switch out the buns here. When it comes with the standard bun, I switch this out with the keto buns that I buy. It helps reduce the number of carbs that I am gobbling down. I'll reach behind the seat here to get a paper plate. There we go. Get a keto. Whoop. keto bun. And we can switch this. Get the chopped brisket. And can kind of switch the meat over to the other bun. You know, this is a lot of work to keep up with, keep the buns in the car, and I have to switch over, but you know, this is kind of what helps me keep on track as far as trying to eat better. And so far it's been working for me. So I can still eat the things I like, just have to make a few modifications. Now the one thing is the keto bun is a little smaller, so I'm gonna pack that in there. It's a little smaller than your average like fast food bun, so you just have to make do. But that's so good, and I don't notice a lot of difference. The bun to me doesn't taste that much different. It definitely doesn't bother me at all to switch the bun. It's good to be able to eat a Buc-ees barbecue sandwich. So it is about midnight, and we have reached our stopping point for tonight. I'm going to be staying here in Monroe, Louisiana, here at the Comfort Suites. It's a really big room. I got this on Priceline. I think it was $76 before tax, and a pretty sizable room. It's always funny when you end up getting like a suite when I'm only going to be in the room for, you know, maybe 10 hours total. Got a lot of room to sit around and hang out, but in reality, probably just going to mainly be using the bed. I will definitely use the desk here. We're doing some editing, editing this video that you're seeing right now here momentarily. And of course, you can't forget to do this. You know, when you check into here, I've learned this over the years. You know, when you check into a hotel room and you go to bed, before you go to bed, you've got to put that do not disturb sign. You got to make sure it says do not disturb on both sides, because sometimes you'll find these where it'll say do not disturb on one side, and the other side will say like come on in, and that's got me. I've had problems with that before. So you got to make sure both sides say do not disturb. Put that on the doorknob there, and you got to put it on carefully because they're like designed to go in like old style doorknobs, so it's hard to get it to fit. And you close the door. You make sure that that's important. Make sure that's locked, and then the deadbolt is locked. And this is important because they'll assume that they just make the assumption that you leave in the early in the morning. So if they don't see the do not disturb, they will try to come into your room. And if you don't have the deadbolt on, they will swipe their card and see that no one's in there, and then try to open it. That's why we have this, the double check. And I've had the problem before. You get the problem where people, the housekeepers will knock on the door and wake me up if I'm trying to sleep in. So that's why it's so important to have that do not disturb sign. Sometimes you don't have one. I'm actually thinking I need to start carrying my own do not disturb signs in case the hotel doesn't have one, to avoid the housekeepers from waking me up when I'm trying to sleep in. But you know, rookie mistake, you got to have that on there. I've had housekeepers walk in while I was in the shower. You know, you don't want that. Yeah, they'll just come on in. So you got to make sure that's locked. But if you don't lock that, they'll open the door and you'll hear the slamming. And so yeah, you need all three in place to make sure that that they will not come into your room in the morning. And sometimes they still might try. So I am about, at home this morning, I'm about 10 hours away from home. So today was a lot of driving today. Not unusual for me to drive this much in one day. Of course, stopped in Atlanta, a little 5 Points. That took that took some time. And I got stuck in a traffic jam. At some point, there was a car accident, so that ended up delaying me some more. So I ended up showing up here. I think I left the house. I think it was about a little after 10, maybe 10:30 at the latest, and ended up getting here a little bit before midnight. But I actually crossed into Central Time, so that added on. That gave me an extra hour. Otherwise, it'd be 1 in the morning. So this is kind of average for me, to be honest. If I'm really in the zone, filming videos every day, I tend to rush. Like, it would make more sense to move slower, but like I'm in a rush because I want to be at this place, want to be at this place on this day. In this case, I wanted to be at the Louisiana State Fair, and then I want to get down to Florida. There's things I want to do down there, so I'm kind of in a rush. If I have a little more time, I'll film a video where I make some more stops, stop more places along the way, but just didn't have the time today. But I did make sure to stop and do something fun. Stopped at Rainy Day Revival in Little 5 Points, fun little Oddities shop. They did say they rotate the museum, by the way. Forgot to mention that earlier, that you can come back and they'll have their little museum section changed up. They also said they normally have more taxidermy and things in the store, but they had changed it over for Halloween to make room for the costumes. They also have a prop house where they rent out movie props, but that's closed right now because of the Hollywood strike. They do a lot of filming in Georgia. A lot of things are filmed in Georgia. A lot of Walking Dead and a bunch of stuff. Stranger Things, bunch of stuff. But so yeah, tomorrow's the Louisiana State Fair. I'm about an hour and a half from there. So I do a lot of driving. I do a lot of driving in big chunks. I get used to it. Just doing it a lot. Like I said, probably not the best way to run things. Probably not the best way to handle it. But I just get eager to be in one place. Get eager to move on to the next place. Especially in my head when I have a time crunch. Certain dates I want to be in certain places. And when I'm mapping it out, I always am just like, I can drive 12 hours a day. It's no big deal. So it's how I operate. And hopefully, I'm hoping to get to Florida and actually spend some time in the same place. I hear a train going by. I try to. I do feel good if I can run a hotel room for more than one night. It is a victory to be able to just be in one spot and be able to enjoy an area without having to move on. Because a lot of times, like this summer. And in this haunt season, it was all just like one night in hotel, boom, next city, boom, boom, for the most part. So I get a little bit of downtime in Florida. I'm going to be filming every day I'm in Florida, but hoping to get a little downtime in the hotel room. But by downtime, I mean like having time to do more than just edit in the evening. But it's fun. I enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy the travels. So tomorrow we'll knock another state fair off our list and then move on to Florida, which is always fun. But thank you for coming along with me today. Of course, you do like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, other fun stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. And I talked to Jen tonight. She's getting those postcards ready to send out for the month. She's been helping me mail stuff and taking care of Etsy orders, which, by the way, if you'd like to order a pin on Etsy, that's in the Etsy shop. And also doing personalized messages on Cameo. Actually, I have 2 cameos that I got to do tonight before I go to sleep. So, of course, all those things help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, this dirigible in the air. Till next time, my friends. This one's in the bag.